If you've ever opened Thinkorswim and immediately was overwhelmed, you were not alone. The buttons, the scanners, all the different things on the chart, not alone. The price moving and the news and everything else. You just want a simple trading platform that will help you get in and out of a trade and manage it. Well, what if I told you you only needed about 20% of Thinkorswim to get started and also use often, right? And then what if I told you if you focus on these four key areas, then that is going to give you some great insight and allow you to be able to kickstart using the platform. So that's what I'm going to do in this video. I am Denisha on a mission with Tradevine. Here we simplify trading and the platforms and the tools and the mindset needed to navigate this trading journey. And for me, I actually like to call myself a waiter because the more and more I experience trading, I just want to, wait for those setups to come to me. But it takes me to do my pre-planning to know where I'm going to get in. So, what we're going to do right now is get into these charts. So, that is the first thing out of the four that we want to be able to navigate. So, I'm going to actually go over this whole area right here and then come back to those four key areas. That way, you can have an idea of what's going on now. So, right now, we are on a main, chart, and depending on your default settings, you might see two charts, you might see a side panel and some other things going on. But right now we have a chart open. The very top, this stays the same, right? You're going to look at this as your information, right? This is your navigation bar. And so at the top, you're going to see many things. You're going to see monitor, tab, analyze. And you're like, wait a minute. Hold on. I thought this was going to be a really simple video. And it is. I'm getting to it. So what you're also going to see is chart. So say for instance, you were on another tab for some reason, just click over the charts. It's going to take you straight to the charts. Now, another way that you can access the charts is by going to the left side. So you're like, hold on, what did you just do? What did you just do? Back up. Okay, let me back up. All right. So what you want to do is on the left side, there's going to be this arrow, and that's going to take you to the another panel. This panel is going to house your gadgets. The gadgets could be a scratch pad, a calculator, your watch list, Trader's TV, and also your account information. Okay, so I'm going to minimize that again and just back up. So we have the information at the very top to the right on this side, you're going to see the price axis. On the price axis, you're going to notice that, like this one right now, we're on the 1 hour chart. So we're going to go back to our information chart. I'm going to select this time frame. Right now, we're on the 1 hour. I'm just going to go to the daily. On the daily, you're actually now going to see, okay, on the price axis, you see a green highlighted number. $575.05 is where it closed today, right at this time. And so if we come back over to the left, we see this is the candle that shape that was closed out. Now, if we go to the bottom, we're gonna see our time axis. On the daily, you're gonna get months, you're gonna see some years in between. And then if you go, the lower you go, you're gonna start seeing like now you actually have the date listed. We're going back down to the 1 hour. You're going to now see the days of the week. So remember, top is navigation, side is going to be your price axis, and then the bottom is going to be your time axis. So that's going there. Now I'm going to go back a little bit over here where this price axis is. So on the price axis, you're also going to see this far area. You're going to see live news, level two, dashboard, options chain, charts. Now, we'll go over this in another video, but I'm actually going to disable one of them so you can see something, right? Where'd the chart go? Where did the chart go? Well, let me show you. So if you come on here and you're like, I'm on the chart section, I got the chart from my watch list, but I'm not seeing anything. Come over to the right and select and make sure that that is selected. So you're going to be able to see that these are in a darker gray. Well, now you see that this right here is in a lighter gray, and now your chart is back. So just a disclaimer, this is not trading advice. This is not giving you advice. This is again just helping you simplify the tools on this trading journey. And so I am in my simulator account, which is why I actually enjoy Thinkorswim. So I have my checklist of, and it wasn't a long one, but basically the things I was looking for in a brokerage and also in, a trading platform. And so that is one of the reasons why I chose Thinkorswim, in addition to seeing others' experiences and things like that with other platforms and my own experiences. This was the one that I went with. And then I started diving deep into it and learning everything I can. And I can't wait to continue just to share more insight with you. But then again, getting back to our four areas, because you want to keep this simple right now, so at least you can get started. All right, so we make sure that that is highlighted, and we have our chart. So again, I gave you a little preview earlier, but now we're going to go back over here to the arrow opposite of your price axis. We're going to select that. It's in the middle, and you can now see the button here. This is going to be, this is going to this, this is gonna be, I like to have fun over here, okay? This right here is going to be a panel. This panel is going to include your gadgets again. It's going to include your account information, your watch list. So that brings us to number two. So we have our chart. You know how to access that. Now it's our watch list. And so again, you may have multiple watch lists. You might have a watch list for, your long term, your trading. You might separate your swing trades. You might want to run a scan. I know you said, I gotta throw this in because Thinkorswim has some really great features and it can be overwhelming. But again, once you dive in and know what you're looking for, you can set it up and customize it to your needs. So you can do a scanner on like the top movers for the day, and maybe you just want to watch that watch list. But here is where you can access that. Now, you do have to also create a watch list, but Schwab the Thinkorswim platform comes with many watch lists that you can select from, and I will have another video going through those watch list options versus you making your own watch list or choosing one of theirs. So now we have the watch list. The very bottom is where you're going to find your custom gadgets, and you will go to the cross button, the plus button, and you'll see account information, scratch pad, lines, trader TV, or additional watch list. This is where you can customize this area to have additional things on your chart or to actually remove them. So say for instance, I just want to remove the calculator and the scratch pad is gone, right? And so just keep in mind the areas that you're on, you can always minimize certain sections of it so it's not so overwhelming. All right, so now we're going to minimize that again. And so you have your chart, right? You saw where, where one of the places you can add, that you can look at your watch list. Okay. Now you can also go here and pull up watch list. But again, we're just keeping it simple right now so that you can know side panel is a place where you can definitely get your watch list. And you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to give a bonus. Okay. This bonus. Okay, so say for instance, you are like, okay, let me navigate how to, it's just too much. Like, I don't want to keep typing in the companies each time I want to like pull it up. That's just too much. Well, what you can do is go over to your watch list in this side panel and make sure that it's linked. So it was already linked, so I'm going to unlink it. So this is the link area. You link, and I have the chart that's linked with the two, as you can see at the top, this two right here. Oh, you want to make sure that is selected. And now every time I go through this watch list, look, now I could just go through them. This is going to make it more efficient for me to scroll through based off of the main equities that I am interested in looking at for that session. And say, okay, so now we minimize that. So we have did our chart. We've got our watch list. I get a couple of bonuses. And you're like, why are you talking so fast? Listen, I got a toddler and my family is ready for dinner. And I wanted to make sure I get this video out. Okay, so now we are going to look at, so I know that this is where I'm looking at, but how do I place a trade? One area, there's multiple ways that you can place a trade. One of them, you can come back to your information at the very top, And you're gonna see that the price right now again is 575.05 currently for a Meta at the time of this recording. You can right click here and then do your buy, your sell, you can make it custom. You can add your stop limits, and things like that. You can also come over here and select it, right? Those are two areas that you can purchase it. You can also come back at the very top where your information bar is, select trade, and then you're going to be selecting the different areas. So at the very top, you can select it from here again. This will allow you to buy and sell and so forth. You can select based on if you're placing an options trade, you can go to the options chain, and then this is going to enable you to place a trade here at the very top. Say, for instance, you just want to purchase shares. This is an area that you can place those trades at again. If I wanted to buy, and then now the order entry comes up, and then I can go through that. I will be having another video that you can look at that as well. So these are different areas that you can actually place a trade. I am also going to share with you in the right on this where the price is. There's also another area in the active trader that you can place a trade, and you can customize your chart to place a trade to have the buy and sell button at the top. We'll go over that in another video, but just remember there's multiple ways that you can get to the same area to place that trade that we just went over several here. Then the last area is how am I going to monitor these positions? And so you're going to go back up to your information section as one area, select monitor, and voila. This is going to open up the positions that you have currently, right? It's going to give you different information, and you can actually customize this area to show you the data that you want to see. And so those are the four areas. Let me know. Let me know if you want to break it down even more simple, or if that helps you just navigate quickly through the platform. Again, there's so much more that you can look at. But if you know where your chart is, which there's several ways you can access that, and additionally, once you log in, they'll be there. Your chart will be there. It might have two charts. Let me give you just a little bit. Let me just give you a little bit. Okay, you might have two charts here. Let's add one here. All right, you may have two. Let's do SPY, right? You might have two charts up, right? You might have four. To navigate on your chart with the different time frames. Just on the right side, you'll notice here with the 1 hour, it might have daily and so forth. Right now I'm recording after hours. And again, this is the paper money, the simulated trading account. And so remember, you have your chart. To the left, you have an option where you can view your watch list. In addition to a couple of other places you can do that as well. And then you have the monitoring position where then you can actually organize folders. And we'll go through that in a future video, but you can actually monitor your positions just from the monitors tab. So again, I want to thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, let me know. And again, this is Denisha with Tradevine, where we see our entries in the market and we be a solution in the marketplace. And watch this next video.